this week's been pretty good for movies. I got to see the interview this week, and if you want to see that review, check it out right here. That'd be really cool because I really enjoyed that movie and I had a lot to say about it. But this time, I'm getting to talk about Into the Woods, the newest Disney musical. And it was really, really impressive, and I liked it quite a bit. I mean, it's great. The 2010s have been twisting classic fairy tales and giving them a new spin-off, a new twist. I've done reviews of Once Upon a Time, which is basically the TV series that's known for all the twists. Right here, you can check out my review of A Tale of Two Sisters. That was a really cool episode, and I've done all of season 4 that's been released so far. And then we've had a lot of other twisted fairy tale movies, such as the Hansel and Gretel one, the Jack and the Beanstalk one, Snow White and the Huntsman, and Maleficent, and you know, we're even getting Cinderella. Now, how much of a twist Cinderella is, I'm not sure, but either way, the 2010s is the twisted years of fairy tales. Now, Into the Woods is relatively old. I believe it came out in the 80s, and so it actually makes sense to fit right in to this genre of the twisted fairy tales. And Into the Woods fits this category perfectly because it is not only a twist on these fairy tales, it is a crossover as well. We have Rapunzel, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk. And they're all really old and classic fairy tales that everyone should know at this point. And they're all meshed together and crossed over in a really interesting way, and this movie plays it perfectly. The movie has an all-star cast. It has Emily Blunt, Chris Pine, Meryl Streep, Anna Kendrick, Johnny Depp, all doing amazing jobs in every role they were casted. Anna Kendrick is playing Cinderella, Meryl Streep is playing the witch, Emily Blunt is playing the baker's wife. The movie is focusing on the baker and the baker's wife. Now, they are cursed not to be able to have children due to an act of the baker's father. And that pretty much spirals the entire movie. And it's done really well. The interactions between the characters is amazing. Like I said, this is an all-star cast, so the acting is really good. It's perfect. The music is really good. Now, this is a musical, so you need to pay attention during every number because every number does progress the plot forward. And I think they were all really good and enjoyable songs. I was not bored once during this movie. And let me just tell you, the visuals are really good. Very much Disney magic. You cannot help but like everything that is going into this movie because it's just done really well in that classic Disney way. One of my favorite parts about this movie overall is just how it's being crossed over. Now, Cinderella and Rapunzel are classic Disney movies that have come out. We have Tangled for Rapunzel and we have Cinderella, of course, for Cinderella. They haven't done a Jack and the Beanstalk live action or animated sequel, or animated movie, not even sequel because one hasn't come out, or a Little Red Riding Hood movie yet. But Disney's tampered with them, or dabbled in them, I should say. And it's really cool to see Disney's take upon them and seeing everything blend together perfectly. The stepsisters and the stepmother in Cinderella are very funny. I like them, and they also stay very true to the original fairy tale while making Cinderella an interesting character. And then her interactions with the baker and the baker's wife are great. Meryl Streep plays the witch from Rapunzel's fairy tale. And as the witch, she does a great job and very much is able to run this plot perfectly, might I add. And her singing voice is great. Meryl Streep is a perfect actress. I love seeing this movie because of Meryl Streep. She was pretty much my favorite actress in this entire movie. Chris Pine plays the charming prince, or Prince Charming, and he does that very well. He's good at his job. It was very believable for him to be a prince. Overall, the movie is fun, it's enjoyable, there's a lot of twists and turns that you're not going to expect. Rapunzel herself, if you're really a big fan of Tangled, like, don't expect Rapunzel to be a main character. She's kind of a minor character. And that also goes the same for Johnny Depp's character. He plays the wolf. And Rapunzel and the wolf are relatively minor compared to Cinderella and the bakers and the witch, who are much more important and central to the plot. Little Red Riding Hood and Jack are also very essential to the plot as well. They drive it forward. But even if a character is minor, they do help move the plot forward. And it makes sense because everything they do affects the overarching story, the main characters, and the main characters pretty much are the baker and the baker's wife. And we all know from the way this is done, the baker and the baker's wife are like the made-up characters, well, the other ones are all based upon the fairy tales that they came from. I'm going to honestly say this is a movie that everyone should check out. Now, if you have younger children, that might be kind of difficult because it can be, I would say, boring for them. But overall, you know, eight and up. You know, 8 and up is definitely the way to go, just because it can be a little confusing and you definitely need to be engaged the whole time. And I could see kids getting relatively bored if they're just younger, just because it's not really geared towards them. And there's no scary moments during this. It's very good and you're engaged, like I said. But it's definitely, you just need to make sure that you're engaged in listening to everything, because if you miss one part of the song, you're not going to know what's going to be going on. Acting, visuals, music, screenplay, story, it's great. It's really great. I give the movie a 4.5 out of 5. I definitely say for people to go check this out. Musical fans, I really think you would enjoy this. Disney fans, of course, you're going to enjoy it. Moviegoers, you'll just enjoy it. If you really don't like singing, skip that. Skip it because of that, because then there's no reason to see it if you don't like singing and then you're wasting your money to go see it. But overall, it's definitely a movie for everyone to check out. I think it's really good. It's enjoyable. 4.5 out of 5, like I said. Everything about it was just done very well, and this is going to be a very big contender for one of the best movies of 2014 in my opinion. So if you've seen Into the Woods, let me know in the comments below if you thought about it, or if you're going to be checking it out. I want to know that too. I appreciate you letting me know. If you like what you see here, always make sure to click that subscribe button down there, maybe a thumbs up. So thank you guys for watching the video. I have some more coming this week. I have Breaking Bad, Marvel videos coming, a couple more random crazy reviews because that's what I'm going to be doing. So thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.